Now, when you go on your knees and you are praying, you are not praying about casting your burdens upon God or cares. There should be a day in your life that you are telling God to bring the burden of the territory on your life. That the only prayer you are asking is bring your body, bring your body, bring your body, bring your body. Share the things that matters. Share the things that makes you to worry. So you now grow to become a prince in the spirit, and you are asking for the burdens. You are not asking that God can take up your body, but you want to take the burdens of God. You want God to enjoy, have a good time, just because you are here. It is statements that men like Archbishop Idahosa was trying to refer to when he stood and said, which he said, even if God come from heaven, they can't stop their conference they were planning to hold in Benin, which is we're planning to hold a universal international witchcraft meeting in his days. And it's the center of that conference happens to be in his own city. They've looked around African nations and African countries and cities, and based on the numbers of sacrifices that goes on a daily basis, they have seen that Benin City, as at that time, is a fertile land. Benin City, as at that time itself, in the spirit realm, is not a city, it's a shrine. Because you need to understand the intelligence why witches have picked Benin as a place they want to hold their conference. They want to actually tap into power. They want to connect to networks. So that even after that conference, and they travel again now to China and to India, they can from Benin, they can from China, then contact the gods that are in Benin. In fact, there are even idols they will pick from Benin and take over. Is that okay now? There are empowerment they will get from Benin and take to their nation. So they now pick Benin as the center of their conference. But it was in the days of Archbishop Benson Idahosa. And Benson is not a baby Christian. The difference between you and I and Benson Idahosa is that Benson, though all of us are Christian, like he will claim on Instagram, and say they should not mind those men of God. You too should know God for yourself. There is nothing that you cannot learn on your phone. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. The fact that a man of God has caused men to leave the road of truth does not mean that we should now forsake men of God. But he is not a baby Christian. He's a man of God. There is a difference between a Christian and a man of God. I know you will not agree with me. It's not even just a man of God. Bishop Benson Idahosa is a man from God. And what's the difference between a man of God and a man from God? A man of God is a man that God raised, amidst his people, for his people. A man from God is a man that God sent to a generation. So we have thousands of men of God, but we have few men from God. You will know by the authority they function from. With. So Idahosa said that conference will not hold. Why? Because I am here. So, because you want to claim that what about the men of God that are in the generation? Where are they? I'm saying in the days of war, only men that are from God will come out. In the day that God need men. On those days, it will not be men of God, it will be a man that came from God. A man from God is a man that came to address a urgent need. Most time they don't live long. Apostle Ayodele Babalola is a man from God. Men like that don't live long. Myles Monroe is a man from God. Men like that don't live long. They come with a specific assignment, and when it is done, they return back. But baby Christians, they are praying, Lord, I must not die. I will not die. I must never die. In the name of Jesus. Can I announce to you? I know that I know that I should not die now, but I'm not afraid of death. I was standing there. Was it the new moon service we did, the last one? And I was thinking about my life, and I said, what if I die today? So fine, people will miss me, this and that. And I was asking myself, will I go to heaven? Like I was asking myself. I don't know about what God's standard. I don't know about what will happen. I don't know about how high it is. But the one I know about my personal life, that I can mark myself, I was asking myself, you need to do those examinations sometimes. Forget about how God wants to mark you now. You yourself, ask yourself, wait, what if I die today? Will I go to heaven? So I was asking, people will cry. Somebody will feel like God is wicked. But I was asking myself, does it really matter? What matters is that, did I fulfill my assignment? Did I make impact in my generation? Did my life, how many people did my life touch? Where they are crying? That is what matters. I'm telling you my heart, I'm not afraid of death. Not because I'm planning to die. By the grace of God, we will not die until we are done with our assignment. I'm just telling you that thing you call long life is not. I don't know where you get it from. Don't look for long life. Look for a good life. And when I say a good life, I'm not saying a life that you are living in jacuzzi. You know jacuzzi? Where you put comfort. All your room is AC. And sofa. There's a function they call sofa. That's where you lay your head. And there's one of your leg that you put on another pillow. And you put another pillow on your head. And there's a wine around the corner. You are literally living in comfort. That is in the Bible definition of life. That is not what they call good life. Should I tell you what is a good life? A good life is a life that fulfills its purpose. A life that touches the lives of others for the sake of Christ. When you live like that, even if they say, hey, gone so soon, as far as heaven is concerned, you have lived a good life. It does my own personal retreat time. And I'm telling you, from this point of my life, I'm not asking God for a long life. It's a break of your heart. I'm asking God for a good life. Of what essence is you having a long life? And your long life, you have lived 115 years, and there is no 115 soul that you touch for Jesus.